President Akufo-Addo has assured the chiefs and people of Akumfi that he will do anything within his power to immortalize the memories of his late friend and their kinsman, Professor John Evans at Mills. Speaking at Akufo-Addo during the second day of his tour of the Central Region, the president said the people of Akumfi he will ensure the people of Akumfi will lack nothing because of his friend.
Akumfi in Chademi is also that. Mame Baha, as in a Mukutu cry a good form, Zembabe said, Sabatone Doman and a few trouble with him. Nobody in a move from the ends to also. Yakupo, 8 years in pipe ball. Emma Moses was a fata. Emma, for the first time in the history of Fourth Republic politics, Akufo has returned an MPP MP to Parliament. And a near man, Nana, and Perifodia to say, Emo, same here no. I said, Quembiaso no. The bomber didn't be much me any BBS sent to me here. My Muslim who said, Ampa, Bame Baha no pay, Mambano qua, never saw ever Bahama.
Well, acting president of the Akumfi Traditional Council, Nana Aidan, appealed to the president to consider making the Atta Mills Community Day School a boarding school. The school is one of the 200 community day schools constructed by the former president. According to the chief, the distance between the town and the school is causing truancy.
Yeah, the way a chance secondary school, I private, and also hen the nan yet way. Necessary, unemployed private, why him a call and schooling on Quadocra, schooling on Quadocra. Ma, say, you can't have teachers in Bobo Yebi. O Sunday, about the Impana, on them day schooling, a ban and say him in theatre, a ban on take over schooling, ne on Yadi, on Mamas in Shema, on Fonka, a Utam, ma, Uncle D. my hand. Sir, was education. Yes, sir, that's up to me. 110 car vocational school in Chebet Nasi. This is your emphasis in alcohol. 10 car vocational institutes. Yes, sir. Sanso Butram, one man cry, Chebet Nasi. Oh, yeah. Make at a Mexican school. Man candidates be a number. Says school Martin, baby, one. A power woman kakra, other call at the Utam. And say, more from our school, what from school, I just said, car bus now to have coffee or to have for the I have now. And say, it's the idea. They said they won't convert into a boarding school. No one see boarding houses, native teachers, when you baby in Trama school on Cordy.
It does appear that the education in that town is really a matter of concern. Well, he speaks about a private school in the community, which they believe government should take over because it's lacking the necessary environment and logistics that should make it function properly. He also speaks about the provision of a technical vocational school for the community because he believes that that is where the emphasis is right now. Let's speak to Richard Kojo Nyako, our Central Regional correspondent, who has been following the president in the Central Region on his Central Regional tour. Hello, Kojo.
Hi, Gifty.
What's happening at the moment, and where is the president?
Well, the president is currently at the Uti Senior. You remember that yesterday the president went to the Central Regional House of Chiefs, and from there he went to Akufo-Addo. This morning we first went to Akufo-Addo, and then we are currently at the Ewuti Senior. And it looks as if that the president is visiting hitherto places or constituencies that were not with the NPP. Because for Akufo-Addo, for the past 24 years, the NPP had not won any seats there. And then if you come to Akufo, it was also with the NDC until it was won in 2016. if you come to Ewusi Senya, George Anda snagged the seat away from former Foreign Affairs Minister Anasewa Atate. And basically, the message the president has been traveling with is the senior high school policy and its implementation thereon. The president says that, I mean, when he announced plans that he was going to introduce such a policy, he faced a lot of insults from the then opposition and it is because of the elections and he wanted vote. That is why he says that he's going to provide free senior high school education. But he's got a strong person in the Minister of Education who is championing the implementation of free senior high school, which will see the light of day come September this year.
But Kojo, this is something that the president has been saying quite a lot. I mean, throughout the country, he's been saying it almost every time he goes out. What has the response been like on his tour of the Central Region? And you did indicate that he's been going to places that are not known to be NPP strongholds, for example. How do they receive his message? Are they happy? Do they expect more of him rather than a repetition of what he has said already?
Well, I mean, all that he said received applauses, and so it's difficult to determine. So based on the applause, you can judge that the people were generally happy. But the chiefs in these communities placed some requests before the president, and Akufo-Addo was about their road network from Cape Coast to Chifo-Praso, from Chifo-Praso to Asin Fosu, from Asin Chifo-Praso to Dunkanofren. And these roads, they say, have been there for a very long time, and government come, government go, they've not been done. When we went to Ekumfi this morning, the chiefs also placed some requests, and one of the requests was about the community day senior high school that was constructed by the former government. And according to the chiefs, I mean, the siting of the school alone, I mean, was not done very well, and so it makes it very difficult for the students to access because they would have to be carried, transported from the various communities to the school that is about 3 kilometers away from that community.
Right.
But beyond what the president has been saying, some ministers, because we are in the coastal community, and there is this issue about premix fuel, where the minister in charge of fisheries has been appealing to the fishermen to exercise some restraint as the government is in talks with TOR to work during the weekend to ensure that they get the premix fuel to use for their business. But she conceded that they know that this is their season, the season which they should have the premix fuel in abundance. But here is the case that they do not have the premix fuel. Right. The fisheries minister also hinted that government is also going to construct over 100 dams that will also aid in for them, or will aid them in rearing fishes in ponds and in some of these dams. And so they are also procuring other equipment and other facilities to ensure that those who are not closer to the sea would also have the benefit of rearing these fishes in the dams and in the ponds. So these are some of the things that have been happening.
Yes. Where else is the president going from?
Well, the president is ending the official tour at the Ewusi Senya, but tomorrow the president will be gracing a ceremony at the University of Cape Coast where some doctors would be graduated. So that is where the president will officially end the tour of the Central Region.
Very well. Thank you very much, Richard Kojo Nyako.